Hi, welcome to the CSE365 midterm walkthrough for Mac Attack. Mac Attack is one of the challenges that might have been one of the newest content for everyone in the midterm. I don't believe anyone has or not very many people know how to really go about this challenge because it uses Pwn tools. And also, there's a 3-second timer on the challenge, so we'll get right into it and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So, I'm just going to do this, list everything. We can see that I am in a practice session, so we are able to use sudo, but obviously you won't use it when you're trying to solve the challenge. Okay, so let's just run midterm CTF and see how it goes. So, alright, in this challenge, your goal is to answer 50 questions correctly in 3 seconds. 3 seconds for all 50 questions. So it is pretty much down to having to script this challenge. Okay. We are given these constraints of the top secret, secret, confidential, and classified, and with the categories too. Okay, we'll get right into it. Let's see, I'm gonna make a directory in my home, CTF. We're gonna call it Mac Attack, and then CD into that directory. Okay. Alright, and we're gonna actually make a Python script to do this. And one of the first things we actually need to do is import Pwn. And this is the import for Pwn tools. So we'll just leave that right here. And we'll actually keep going. Alright. One of the things in Pwn tools that allows you to do is the ability to spawn a process and and have Python interact with that process. So one of the things we want to do is we want to start by spawning that process. So here we're gonna do this, and we're just gonna call the midterm CTF underscore Mac underscore attack function, and this will launch the midterm. Actually, there's a typo, and we can actually make sure that is correct by taking or we can just copy it and make sure it's actually correct. And okay, now we know that's correct for sure. Okay, so one of the things that I would like to do is start off by creating a dictionary between the Mac levels and their respective weights. So like between top secret and unclassified. So what I'm going to do is create the dictionary where top secret is given the highest weight, and then we just go down the list. Okay, now we have our dictionary. And let's see. I'm just gonna create a variable called count so that we can see how far we're actually getting through the list of processes before we start. Alright. One of the things I'm going to do is create a variable where we get the output of, or we just get the output from the thread we spawned here, and we're going to do it by doing this. So I like to use clean, because that way I don't have to really worry about how many bytes I'm like taking out, and that way we can just it just it works out in our favor. You can use read until, or you can just do read and then specify the amount of bytes you want to read up to, but clean works just as well. This decode Latin makes it just nicer to read. I can actually show you what I mean by this. Let's do... I'll just get rid of this, and we'll run it. Okay, we can see that it's just it actually grabs it in its byte form. So it's reading bytes from the program. I obviously don't need to worry about that, so I'm just gonna decode it and make it easier on myself. And then it'll make it pretty. And I'll just comment that out for now, and we'll begin the processing. So let's do this. So you can do a for loop, but I like to just do while true. And then what I'm gonna do is if what we have, the Pone College, is in out, then we print out and then break. If you want, you could do sys exit, which you would just do import sys, and instead you do sys.exit. But break works just as fine. Alright. Okay. Let me just grab... Let's see, what can we do? Alright. One of the things I'm seeing right away is that this statement, can a subject with level blank and categories blank write? So actually, we can probably assume, and based on the other Mac challenges, that the challenges always start with can a subject with level blank is always in each challenge. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make that our subject line so that we can base everything off that. So I'm going to actually take out and split there where we are splitting at can a subject level, and I'm going to add the space because there's a space between level and the subject, and we have to take the last one because after this split will actually turn an array of two items. It will be the top text and then the text after can a subject with level blank. So really we just want the UC and all that jazz. Okay. So after this, we should actually see... Okay, we can actually just copy. It's going to be like this. And we can actually just confirm that. Actually, I'm not printing it out. And then I actually probably need to add a sys exit right now because it's just kind of looping forever. Okay. And a subject with vim. Oh, I'm printing out, not the subject line. Okay, so we are getting this as our output. So UC and categories blank. Now, I'm just gonna copy that for reference that this is what the output is of subject line. And then we can just comment that out and because we don't care. Okay. So there's a few ways we can actually go about this. We can you could probably set up a regular expression and find everything in between the braces that way. What I did, I just kept using splits, but I believe regular expressions are easier, or not easier, but like faster. But we can actually just try it. So let's see. Let's just do let's do categories. Categories is equal to re find all. I believe I actually need to import re, but maybe I don't. But it seems like I should. Okay, so let's do this. And I get everything in between the regular expression of the subject line. And actually we need to specify whatever's in here. So we'll do dot star question mark. And we can actually just see if this actually prints what we want. Subject line is not defined. Oh. Alright, I'm just gonna... do that. Alright, so we actually get... Actually, let me do this. Where I'm printing... Let's do the subject line, and then let's print the categories, just to show that we are getting everything that we want. Okay, so empty, and then UFO. Okay, sweet. Let's see. Let's grab this as the output. I like to add output after the lines just so that I can remember what is after. Okay, so actually now we need to make this an array or a list or however you want. I think I want to actually use... I can just use an array. I can also use a set because it doesn't really matter because it will be the same no matter what. So we're going to do orgs orgs1, and I'm just gonna, orgs1 is the organization. And we can do equal to, we'll just use a set. We will look at the categories 1, or wait, no, 0. And then we need to remove the braces. We'll just do a replacement. And then nothing. We will dot replace. I'm gonna replace all, there's gonna, so in here there is commas. Actually, I'm just gonna split here. Split at the comma and the space. Okay, hold on. Looks like I need to do, how many new lines, or how many, okay. So the replace is fine. Well, I only need one. Okay, I think that will work. We'll just copy the same thing. You can do Shift Y and double P if you wanted to, and then if you use double D, that can actually remove, that will delete the line. That's just a property in Vim. But we'll just use that. And I realize I'm not doing anything with the left brace yet, but we can look at that here in a second. I just want to see what we get from printing like orgs1. Python Mac attack, let's see. Oh, I'm spelling. Alright, I missed an R. Okay. Yep, just like I thought. Didn't remove that left, but we can see that they're now separated. So ace and nuck, and there's always this left. Thing. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add another dot replace the left bracket with here. You could probably do there's stuff for like translations that speed up the runtime for this, but I don't think it's going to matter that much because we're only worrying about 2 replace, or at most, or actually it's 4 replacements per. So like I don't think we don't need to worry about it. All right, let's see if we're good to go still. NATO, ace, UFO, and we're actually we're good with that. Okay. So now we have our organizations. So let's see. We actually need to get our subjects, and then we also need to get if it's read or write. Let's see. Well, right here it's UC. So I'm actually going to do sub1 is equal to. Let's do. Okay, so I'm gonna actually do this. What this does is gonna break everything into a list of words, and I only want to care about the first one. So that will actually give us the subject. subject 1, and here I'm actually gonna just print sub1 for debugging purposes, or just to see that we're good with our logic. And it looks like we need to do that. Now, I'm going to do this. Sub2 is equal to, I'm going to do the same thing here. Actually, hold on. Let me... One of the things I want to see is if list object has no vim. Let me check. Categories. Oh, I meant to use subject line. Oops. Okay. Okay, we do get TS like we want, but I want to see. No, that's fine. I was thinking for a second that you see and category. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and this would be 5. But I need to make sure that wow, I deleted my yes. Oh, it splits them, so I can't do that. Okay, that's fine. It's all good. It's all good. So what I'm actually gonna do here, take this back to long. I'm gonna do the same split, but I'm gonna split at the rate. And what is this going to do? I want the 0th. I want to split again and actually get the 0th. What this does, it will split here. It will actually give me this, so I actually need to make this 1. And if I did -1, it would actually give me this one and the question mark. So it should always, this would actually be 3 in here. So I want the second one. Then we should be able to see it once here. Actually, I think I'm actually getting a read. My bad. But hey, I can actually just change this to read. I'm gonna say this is read or let's just do read write. Actually, I'm gonna actually use the. I'm gonna have this as a temporary new line. You can actually just change subject line to this, because we don't care about everything else after this part. Okay. So this will give me see. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Well, let me do this. I obviously need a space. Okay, read an object with level TS. So I can copy this part. Oops. Split here. Get the last one. Split it again. Get the 0th. And then here is actually just read write is equal to the subject line dot split. We'll split it normally and just grab the first one. And then we should see if we get it. Print. We'll call it action. And then read write. And then we'll get rid of all this. We don't need to do that. Okay. Okay, C and categories NATO, read an object with level C. Okay. We get NATO and ACE, correct. We get NATO, yep. We get C from the first one. Let's just run it again. Just make sure we're getting them. TS, yep. S, right. Wonderful. Looks like we're good. Okay, so now I don't think I don't care about this one anymore. Actually, I kind of wanted to keep that, but it's fine. It's whatever, we don't need it anymore. Now we actually have to begin the logic. I'm going to set something up as a check, and what this check is going to do, like, we're just going to assume that it's yes, like that it will work, and that way we'll change check at the end. So we'll do this: if check, we have to call the process P dot send line, and it'll be yes, and if not, P dot send line no. And then we'll add a comment here, logic. And this will be, this will be our standard input. And then here we're gonna actually, so one of the things we're gonna get back is the correct and incorrect. So we'll actually just print that. P dot read until, it's like we can use an exclamation point for this, because it will either be like correct exclamation point or incorrect exclamation point, and we actually need to take this out back and put it down here, and that will actually be the end of our program. And now we actually have to do the logic. Alright, so we need to determine if it's read or write first. So we're just going to start with write. And let's see. Okay. We're gonna go back to our Mac level dictionary that we used, and we're gonna do this. If the Mac level of our subject 1 is greater than or is less than or equal to our Mac level of our subject 1. Oh wait, sorry. Sub 2. Continue on. So for right, subject 1 needs to have a lesser clearance than subject 2 in order for us to write to them. So that's our reasoning behind it. I can just set up that else statement here, and this will actually just set check to 0 because if this Mac level check fails, check is 0, send no. Okay. Here I need to determine if the length of our orgs 1 is 0, or it actually needs to be greater than 0, because if here is 0, it doesn't matter because we can write to them no matter what. So if this doesn't have anything in it, that's true. So we don't even need to worry about it. But since I'm using sets, I just need to determine if I can actually just determine if our organization 1 is a subset of organization 2. And this should actually set check to 1. Oh, I see. Oh, oops. And then we can pretty much just copy this over, paste it in, change the Mac. We can just swap these, because if it's a read, our Mac level needs to be higher than the other. So if I was subject 1, in order for me to read something, I would need to be a top secret to read anything from secret here, but they would also need to have the same category or same categories, or be a subset of those categories. And this actually might be where we are done. Let's see. All right. All right. This is a fail. This is fine. Okay. So we are. Let me do this. I want to determine what I'm printing out. So print yes, print no. exit, clear. Oops. Let's run it. Okay. So let's see. Subject 1 with these privileges read here. So obviously there's something wrong with my logic. I'm actually going to spawn a new terminal. I actually set an alias for the server using Toupee College. It just does the SSH for me. And then we'll do home, CTF, Mac, clear ls, vim, Mac. So what am I doing? UC is fine, UC is fine. This should actually be yes, so why are we... So, is orgs2 should be a subset of... Actually, let's just pull up the documentation for subset in Python. One of the things that it might not be accounting for is null set. So obviously this logic is orgs1 a subset of orgs2? So here we're checking if orgs2 is a subset of Nuck and NATO. And then set calculator. We know. I'm wondering if it's let me actually print what count we're at, because print count. I just want to make sure we know where we're at. How much are we actually getting right now? Oh, I'm not incrementing count. Again, it's the subset part that is. See, I believe that should work. Oh, nice. at, and it's the subset part. Looks like I need to actually do some additional checking. Alright. Here is what I'm going to do. Here I'm going to do an OR statement. So if the length of orgs 2, okay, if I'm writing to orgs 2, it's equal to 0, then we Gucci 4. So what this is going to do, if one of these is true, it would go here. Okay. Right. If I'm empty, I can write to anyone. Actually, it should be orgs 1. And here, it's orgs. Why? Oh, okay. We're good. And let's see. Right. All right. Subject 1. It's writing. Oh. Oh, the reason why this isn't working is because it has an empty string. All right. Or if orgs 1, let's do. Or let's do this. Orgs 0. Actually, let me get the length of this. Let's hope that clear is one of the functions in. Oh. I just have to use a list. Just grab the list of it. makes it easier. Oh. Needs to be out here. Okay. Oh, well, there we go. And I believe we don't even need this part. So, and just leave it like this. And let's see. It's a lot faster the other time. Okay, well. And a file? What do you mean? Set. Why is orgs2 Huh. I guess? Guess just leave it in. Could be that the server is just under a lot of load, but I don't think that's the case. But I'll just add this in here. Maybe it helps with runtime. It might help with runtime, so clearly it's going fast, but I keep breaking. Let's just comment out the I managed to get it, so could be all these prints. No. Well, the moral of the story, if it works, it works. I'm gonna rerun the challenge. But at the moment of recording, I believe that the server is under a lot of load. That could be a reason. I'm not sure. We could just check. Yeah. So it could be on your instance that it's bad. I don't know. We can actually just see if it could also be our runtime. Start is equal to watch it not even work anymore. That's because it sent the wrong thing. Well, huh. Wow, can't. I had it working and then I guess restart the challenge, huh? I don't know. Okay. Okay, reload. And I believe it could be that the sig alarm is from the timer of the website or the timer of the application. So like it only takes it's only allowed 3 seconds. It might be that that what I have is inefficient. But I don't want to rule that off yet. This is my second time doing it, and I decided to do it a different way. It already feels like a while. Let's see. I'm going to do what I did. I'm not going to show you what I have. Oh. Python 3 macattack.py. I get the same printout. Server's under a lot of load. Alright. But we did see it working. My method might take it might take a few tries to actually work. I guess there might even be an instance where this is bricking, or like a edge case that I didn't get correct. But nonetheless, this would work. It's just, yeah, that makes sense because we're right at the edge of the time limit. So obviously what I just written is not as time efficient as the first one I did. Let's see. It could be these replacements. It could be these is the subset stuff. But
Yeah.
Thank you for coming to the midterm walkthrough for the Pwn Tools Challenge. Mac Attack, thank you.